Hello everyone and welcome back to game week 2 of the 2024-25 Optegra Championship, where you join myself, Ryan Sipple, for AFC Bournemouth Warriors versus Hull and East Yorkshire. Apologies for the delay. A lot of commotion and excitement around the Lee Westwood Sports Centre. Stuart Pearce is present with his wife Carol Pearce to watch Power Chair football for the first time, which is really exciting to see. For all of those that don't know, Carol Pearce, Stuart Pearce's wife, has recently created a children's book which is based on Power Chair football. So we was really keen to get them involved and witness Power Chair football in the flesh for the first time. And my God, what a opening game for them to witness. Nottingham Forest beating Manchester United by 2-1. But thank you to all that are tuning in for this one. Go through the squads very quickly. Adam Sevenoaks, Dakota Hannam, Ryan Skinner, Roxy Berry, Chris King, Connor Boswell. And for Hull and East Yorkshire, their challengers: Luke Brennan, Kai Gill, Aston Walls, Callum Jefferson, Joel Rothery, Joe Kerrison, Harrison Smith and Emma Hodson. Let's clear them graphics, get things underway. Steve Crump, the central referee. Or is it Dave Morris? Dave Morris, apologies. Steve Crump and Megan Holly-Buller either side. And we are officially underway. AFC Bournemouth Warriors versus Hull and East Yorkshire in the 24-25 Optegra Championship. Yesterday's results: Hull and East Yorkshire opened with a disappointing 1-0 defeat to Sale United, who have had a brilliant weekend so far. That was followed by a 1-0 defeat to Muscle Warriors. And considering that Muscle Warriors are or have been fairly formidable in the championship so far, it's far from a disappointing result for them. They played 3 games yesterday. GBG Knights won 4-0 yesterday at 4:30. This is the first game of the day for them, which will also be followed by a game against Manchester City. So if you're Hull and East Yorkshire, certainly based on the table, based on the standings, based on form, you're looking at the potential of securing 6 points from today's games. AFC Bournemouth Warriors, unfortunately for them, rooted to the bottom of the table, yet to secure a single win, just a draw to their names. It's been a big shift and rebuild for AFC Bournemouth Warriors. This, likewise for Hull and East Yorkshire, provides probably their best opportunity to register a win all weekend, as Ryan Skinner does well to pick out Adam Sevenoaks on the right. Can't meet contact with that rotated spin kick, but the right intent nonetheless. So as they sit, Dakota Hannam, Ryan Skinner, Adam Sevenoaks, Chris King, the squad of AFC Bournemouth Warriors: Joel Rothery, Aston Walls, Kai Gill and Joe Kerrison. For Hull and East Yorkshire, Hull and East Yorkshire have a squad of 9. When I say 9, they've only got 8 present, but yesterday they had Steve Kerrison amongst their squad, and today they have Joe Kerrison amongst their squad. So they've got strength in depth now. Joe Kerrison was highlighted in the week as being one of the top active scorers in the Championship division, as Chris King lines up a shot, blocked really well by Aston Walls. Skinner down to Kai Gill. Chris King needs to be careful of his placement with Ryan Skinner, both approaching that same ball at the same time. Out for a whole ball. Aston Walls to take. Down to Kai Gill. finds the gap, and the ricochet off Joe Kerrison's chair is going to test Joel Rothery. Chris King desperately trying to advance up the court, as is Adam Sevenoaks. Thank you to all that are tuning in live on Court A. A really great game between Villa Rockets Lions and West Bromwich Albion Dudley. Owen Swift and Greg Baxter bringing you the action live there. I'm live on my own on this one, hoping for some drama. It has been a fantastic weekend so far. The National League has just turned up a notch this season. And for that, we thank our sponsor, Optegra. Ryan Skinner trying to break past Aston Walls. He's going to have a sight on goal now. Dakota Hannam's going to be tested. Good work from Ryan Skinner. A player who's featured for AFC Bournemouth Warriors for many years now, Skinner. He's the one they're probably going to look to for goals. We referenced Joe Kerrison as being one of the leading goal scorers in the Championship. Into Chris King. Cleared by Joel Rothery. Aston Walls and Adam Sevenoaks locked in a battle. As I was saying, Ryan Skinner, 65 goals he scored within his career. Just 6 off Joe Kerrison in 4th. So he has the ability to change games. He's playing a more central role. That was probably more when he was one of the attacking wide players and fed off the creativity of Regan Kemp. Aston Walls down to Kai Gill across the box. Can't quite meet that ball. As you can see from your screens, from the scoreline and the logo in the bottom right-hand corner, this weekend we're proudly supporting Stonewall's Rainbow Laces campaign, an initiative that celebrates inclusion in sport. Out of play. Through the gap, Joe Kerrison's going to have a sight at a goal. Ryan Skinner quickly across to cover. Skinner now from one side of the court to the other. Looking to open the scoring. 6.5 minutes played. AFC Bournemouth Warriors 0. Hull and East Yorkshire 0. Thank you to all tuning in. As always, get your comments, thoughts and predictions in the comment section. Skinner down to Chris King. Across the box. Joel Rothery just cushioning into Aston Walls' chair to ensure there's no gap for Chris King to find. Good defensive work from Hull and East Yorkshire. Chris King to take the resulting kick in. Into Ryan Skinner. Once again, out of play. King into Skinner, across to Adam Sevenoaks. He's going to attempt an effort at goal. Just didn't quite generate the power to sneak that ball into that right-hand post. But Bournemouth growing in confidence. Ryan Skinner trying to act as that screen. Over to Chris King, unable to meet its intended target. Fairly even opening 8 minutes. Off the back of Skinner's chair, controlled by Chris King. Aston Walls adorning bright green hair. A win for Hull and East Yorkshire here would see them go up to 8th, potentially even 7th, depending on goals scored, both in this game and the game on Court A. Joel Rothery trying to bypass Ryan Skinner. Skinner down to Chris King across the box. Nice contact, nice timing from Chris King there. But a resolute wall from Hull and East Yorkshire. Skinner did make contact with that kick in. Kai Gill and Aston Walls, just a miscommunication there, both trying to dispossess Ryan Skinner. 2-on-1 awarded in the favour of Bournemouth. AFC Bournemouth Warriors with the better of the chances in this one. But Joe Kerrison's going to try and squeeze the ball between Skinner and Dakota Hannum. Doesn't make contact. Unfortunately for him, really good opportunity nonetheless. Hannum down the court from one side to the other, out for a goal kick. Sevenoaks doesn't meet Ryan Skinner. Nice pick off from Kai Gill. Over to Joe Kerrison. Just happy to just let that roll out of play. Options on the bench for both of these two sides. AFC Bournemouth Warriors have Connor Boswell and Roxy Berry. Two players competing in their first ever National League season. Likewise with Hull and East Yorkshire, Callum Jefferson and Harrison Smith testing their ability at championship level for the first time, and Ryan Skinner does well to block Aston Walls' advance. Hull also have Emma Hodson and Luke Brennan, so experience paired with youth. So corner for Hull and East Yorkshire. Into the path of Aston Walls. Pick off from Joe Kerrison. And Aston Walls brilliantly finds the gap behind Dakota Hannum. There was a few ricochets between the players. Joe Kerrison with the initial effort. It bumped over Ryan Skinner's chair and presented a beautiful opportunity for Aston Walls to score. That will mean a lot to him. get confirmation of that goal. AFC Bournemouth Warriors 0. Hull and East Yorkshire 1. As mentioned, that result bumps Hull and East Yorkshire up to 9th in the table. They would have to score at least 10 goals to match Sale United's goal difference. Aston Walls had a brilliant game week 1 of the season. He's building on that in game week 2. Just has a newfound confidence that wasn't necessarily present when featuring for Nottingham Forest. Aston Walls trying to bypass Chris King. Kai Gill down the line. Skinner down to Chris King. Into the side of Joel Rothery's chair. Two on one in the favour of AFC Bournemouth Warriors. 5 minutes remaining of this first half. Hull and East Yorkshire, a goal to the good, courtesy of Aston Walls. To be taken by Ryan Skinner. Indirect, has to go via the chair of an opponent or teammate. Shapes to guide it into the side of Chris King's chair. Ushered out of play by Joel Rothery. Corner ball will resume play. Hull and East Yorkshire with just a single win to their name prior to this. Chris King attempts an effort just wide of the right-hand post. The second follow-up effort doesn't present Adam Sevenoaks with the opportunity to find the goal. Their previous win came against Nottingham Forest back in September. They're going to want to try and secure maximum points in today's fixtures, as already mentioned, because game week 3, the 15th and 16th of February, really difficult. Leeds Dynamos, Manchester United, Villa Rockets and Teesside Steel. So whatever Hull and East Yorkshire can do to put a buffer between themselves and the relegation spots will be welcomed very warmly. Aston Walls into the wall comprised of Dakota Hannum and Ryan Skinner. But been a very even opening half. AFC Bournemouth Warriors have had opportunities, probably the better opportunities to register goals, but just when unable to capitalise. It's just that corner routine from Hull and East Yorkshire which saw them find Joe Kerrison, who attempted an effort himself, eventually falling to Aston Walls. It's not hard to spot Aston with his hair. Joe Kerrison sporting a shade of green as well, as Chris King is going to pressure Joel Rothery. So only Kai Gill was letting the side down with regards to colourful hair for Hull and East Yorkshire. Final 90 seconds. The pace has slowed down a slight bit. Seems a fiery affair on court A. Skinner to take. Indirect. Really good opportunity for them to level the tie. He'll surely be aiming for the side of Chris King's chair, which he doesn't find, but it ricochets off the back of Joel Rothery's chair. I said indirect free kick can go via the chair of an opponent or teammate. He's shaped up to pass it or fire it into the side of Chris King's chair, and in doing so drew Joel Rothery towards the centre of the goal. Brilliant work from Ryan Skinner. Will go down, however, as an own goal due to that indirect nature. So AFC Bournemouth Warriors right back into this tie as we tick over into additional time. Aston Walls looking to regain that one goal advantage almost immediately, put himself in a fantastic position. I think had Aston Walls stayed in reverse there and flicked clockwise to engage that ball, it would have yielded a better result. But the intent is there anyway, so good work from Hull and East Yorkshire looking to get back into the game. As Dave Morris signals for half-time. Thank you again to all that are tuning in. It is 1-1. The graphics are playing up a little bit, but I'll be back very shortly for the second half. Hello everyone and welcome back. Now we've fixed the technical issues. I was just trying to fix the scoreline to ensure that AFC Bournemouth Warriors equaliser was counted, which it wasn't prior to the half finishing. So AFC Bournemouth Warriors 1, Hull and East Yorkshire 1. In a fairly even, closely contested affair as Adam Sevenoaks attempts an effort at goal. Live on Court A, Villa Rockets Lions take on West Bromwich Albion Dudley. You're joining myself, Ryan Sipple, for this one, more towards the bottom of the table. Skinner, pick off from Sevenoaks, nice attempt, read by Aston Walls. Skinner. Really bright performance from the AFC Bournemouth Warriors number 10 in the first half. Looking to influence this result in their favour even more in the second. Can they do so from this corner? To be taken by Adam Sevenoaks. Over to Chris King, an attempt at goal, beautiful goal, well worked opportunity. Poor defending from Hull and East Yorkshire. It was the initial set piece from Adam Sevenoaks, which picked out Chris King. And 22 minutes in, AFC Bournemouth Warriors having gone a goal behind and now a goal to the good. It's not 2-2 as the scoreline suggests. AFC Bournemouth Warriors are 2-1 up. Chris King battling away with Aston Walls. See what that goal meant to him. Chris King just getting an adjustment with his chair. Seems to be back underway. Adam Sevenoaks just off the back of Ryan Skinner's chair. Aston Walls unaware that the ball was making its way between that gap on the goal line. Forceful contact between the chairs of Aston Walls and Joel Rothery. Hull and East Yorkshire have introduced Luke Brennan in place of Joe Kerrison, who had a few opportunities in that first half and obviously played a contributing role in them opening the scoring. FC Bournemouth Warriors 2, Hull and East Yorkshire 1. Please disregard the scoreline on your screens. Just going to fix those technical issues. Aston Walls. Luke Brennan over to Kai Gill. Touch from Chris King. Ricochets in the path of Chris King. All the way down the court. Good work from Skinner to just relieve pressure on his defence. Rothery into Skinner, attempts an effort directly from that goal kick. Had Aston Walls not been there to block, it would have almost certainly been an effort on goal. Kai Gill. Just guided goal bound from Aston Walls. Wide of the right-hand post. Out for a goal kick. Should be taken by Dakota Hannum. AFC Bournemouth Warriors yet to look to the bench. But with it being so finely poised, he'd be reluctant to do so. Going to want their first win of the season. If they're able to get this over the line, that will provide it. Even prior to this, I don't think they've even secured a single point. So having experience on hand is really important for them. See, the graphics have now been fixed, which shows the accurate scoreline. AFC Bournemouth Warriors 2, Hull and East Yorkshire 1. Bournemouth nearly doubling their advantage there. Good work from Joel Rothery. Unfortunately for him, it'll be an own goal that saw Bournemouth equalise. Into the box, Luke Brennan's guys it goal bound. Cleared by Ryan Skinner. Really big game. Next up on Court B, Leeds Dynamos versus Muscle Warriors. Skinner ushers it down to Sevenoaks, keeps it in play. Initially did anyway, but Hull awarded the kick in. Kai Gill across the box. Beautiful pass to Luke Brennan, just wide of the left-hand post. Best opportunity they've had all half. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Hull and East Yorkshire starting to grow in confidence, ever so slightly. Well, they look to the bench. Still 3 unused substitutes. Emma Hodson, Callum Jefferson, and Harrison Smith. Down to Aston Walls, over to Kai Gill, back to Aston Walls in the centre. Over to Adam Sevenoaks on the right-hand wing. Nice intent from Ryan Skinner to switch the play to Chris King, but the execution not quite there. Kai Gill, blocked by Ryan Skinner. Luke Brennan happy to let that roll out of play, which is confused his dad, Lee Brennan, because it rolled all the way out for an AFC Bournemouth Warriors ball. Adam Sevenoaks once again looking to replicate what they were able to do earlier. Set piece over to Chris King, blocked up by Kai Gill on that chance, and he's able to force the play up the court. Good play from Chris King there. First substitute for AFC Bournemouth Warriors. We'll see Roxy Berry come on in place of Adam Sevenoaks. They've got 7.5 or so minutes to hold on to this win. If you're just tuning in, as I've already mentioned, this would be a really big win for AFC Bournemouth Warriors, their first of the season, their first points of the season, and we'd see them lessen the gap to Manchester City to 1 point and Hull and East Yorkshire to 2 points. Just for context, whoever finishes in the bottom placement of the championship will probably be drawn into a playoff style fixture, depending on how many teams in the regional leagues across the country state a preference to compete for one of the available National League spots. Dakota Hannum, crucial interception there. Luke Brennan trying to get the better of him. Aston Walls on the edge of the box. Closed down by Ryan Skinner. Chris King with an opportunity to break now at numbers. Roxy Berry in support, brilliantly staying in reverse. So good to see. So good to see. Even when the ball's not in and around the area that she's occupying, just affords her so much more visibility than turning to face the goal in which you're attacking towards. If you're an attacking wide player, take note of that. Kai Gill to take. Time not on their side. Over to Luke Brennan, 2 square, so straight out of play for an AFC Bournemouth Warriors ball. Diagonal ball from Ryan Skinner, met by Kai Gill. Skinner. Intercepted by Aston Walls, blocked by Chris King. So Kai Gill has to come across to try and limit Chris King, the goal scorer, from advancing any further. This is where we'll probably see the experience of Chris King and Ryan Skinner to just try and wind that clock down. Have to be careful here. Aston Villa is going to attempt an effort, slightly forced. We'd like to have seen a pass as opposed to a shot there. Over the box, Steve Crump has his flag raised, I believe signalling a 2-on-1. So with 3.5 minutes remaining, this a really good opportunity to score. We saw AFC Bournemouth Warriors do so from pretty much the exact same area in the first half, and Ryan Skinner played it off the back of Joel Rothery's chair, indirect. So if he shapes up to strike it into the side of Aston Villa, Ryan Skinner has to be the one to close that gap. But also, if Kai Gill opts to shoot towards the back bumper of Ryan Skinner and there is the gap there, we will have almost carbon copy replica of the goal scored. So they just switch. So Dakota Hannon will be the more active pursuer and defender in this passage of play. Aston Villa unable to get contact. Good defending from AFC Bournemouth Warriors. Remaining resolute. In desperate hope of securing their first win. Been a real difficult season for AFC Bournemouth Warriors, conceding an average of 5 goals per game. Just to put that into context, Nottingham Forest have the worst defensive record beyond that, and they've only conceded 2 goals per game on average. So it shows they've done something to address the deficiencies in defence, and they've also added some goals as well. Expect the Lee Westwood Sports Centre to erupt if they're able to see out the final 90 seconds. AFC Bournemouth Warriors 2, Hull and East Yorkshire 1. Moments like this can be that real turning point in the team's season. We saw Nottingham Forest secure an unprecedented win against Manchester United earlier. Truly, anyone can beat anyone. As Luke Brennan tries to squeeze the ball in that left-hand post. They're building the pressure. Kai Gill to take. Into Aston Villa. Back to Kai Gill in the centre. Has to be careful of his placement. Not to give away a needless 2-on-1. Ryan Skinner is going to break, and they're going to do so with numbers. Chris King the closest. Roxy Berry at the back post. It just comes off the front of Aston Villa's chair. Nothing he can do to prevent the corner, and that is absolutely excellent from Ryan Skinner and AFC Bournemouth Warriors, who look like they will be cruising their way to their first win. Adam Sevenoaks back on in place of Roxy Berry. Don't give away anything needless here. All the way back to Chris King, who gets goal side, and he's just going to try and lock it up in that top right-hand corner. Ryan Skinner, my player of the match. That's nice work from Chris King there. Just angled his chair at the last second to ensure it was an AFC Bournemouth Warriors ball. And we're ticking into additional time. Bournemouth will get 3 points, their first win of the 24-25 Optegra Championship, as Chris King looks to put the cherry on top. It's something they must have worked on, because it's something we're seeing. The Adam Sevenoaks set piece, the screen from Ryan Skinner, back to Chris King at the back post. all the way out. Bournemouth coaches really vocal in trying to ensure that they keep their defensive structure. Now a minute over the regulation 20. Guy Gill intercepted by Adam Sevenoaks, and I think that will do it. Let's see if the noise translates over the stream. Dakota Hannon with a very late save. All the way down the court. And as suspected, the Lee Westwood Sports Centre does erupt. AFC Bournemouth Warriors securing their first win of the season. Huge congratulations to them. An own goal off the back of Joel Rothery's chair saw them equalise following the opening goal of the game. Scored by Aston Walls. And then in the second half, AFC Bournemouth Warriors were able to find the goal to secure them 3 points. Thank you to all that have tuned in. Next up, on Court B, Leeds Dynamos versus Muscle Warriors.